Guys, it's James from Team Eternal Hope, and today I'm bringing you a box opening of Moonlit Dragonfang. That time. Anyway, so we'll get to opening it straight away. If I can get into it. There we go. Now, do we get the secret rare pack? That's what I want to know. No, we do not. So I'm just going to go through a couple of the commons and mostly go on about rares and what I feel of the set, and we'll see how we go from there. So to start with, we have got Gear Chronicle grade 3, no one cares about that. The new Cray Elemental grade 1, let's see what it does. When it's placed on guard, if it's during a battle in which your opponent has a grade 2 vanguard, choose up to one of your units that's being attacked, and this unit cannot be hit until the end of the battle. It's like an early perfect guard, I guess. Pretty good early game, nothing much better to be said. Run on Pale Moon, draw trigger for OTT, and then we've got the new Gear Chronicle grade 2 rare, which is a Generation Break 1 on rear guard, time leap. When you drive check at grade 3, you may time leap this, and it has resist, which isn't too bad. Pretty sharp, good. I won't be using it because time leap is mad. Next we have another pack, so grade 2 Link Joker, grade 2 Narukami, grade 1 OTT, crit trigger for OTT, and we have another rare, which is Generation Break 1 Oracle, which is active when you have 5 or more cards in your hand. I didn't actually know that. Soul Blast 1, when this unit boosts, if you have a grade 4 greater with Susanoo in its name, you may pay a cost. If you do, it gets plus 3k. It's just a 10k booster for Susanoo and any shrine on top of Susanoo. It's not too bad, doesn't really do too much. Moving on, I think we've got our first double rare coming. So we've got the Narukami starter, Gear Chronicle grade 3, Link Joker grade 3, Pale Moon stand trigger, and we have a Link Joker double rare, which is a GB1 on rear guard. When it boosts, choose a lock card, and you may unlock it. If you do, the boosted unit gets plus 4k. 11k booster. I'm assuming you'd use it in Messiahs. I don't really know too much about links, if I'm being honest, not my clan. And then we go OTT grade 1, we've got an OTT grade 3, that's the new Magus one, Link Joker grade 3, and a crit trigger for Link Joker, which I believe has an effect, which is pretty cool. Put this unit on top of your deck. If you have a Star Vader Vanguard, your opponent has to have a lock card, and you choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards in the back row and lock it. That's actually really good. So basically, you lock something with one of your dudes, especially if you're running the new Chaos Breaker Dragon dude. Play this, return it to your deck, and you lock another guy. Makes it easy to get your triangle lock off, not too bad. This is another rare, Sacrifice Messiah. You may GB1 lock this unit on rearguard, and when another rearguard is locked, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Messiah in its card name, you may pay a cost. If you do, you may countercharge 1, choose up to one of your units, and it gets plus 3k. A lot of this seems to be boosted stuff, which is interesting. Next pack. So we've got a grade 0 for OTT, I believe that's one of their new starters, grade 2 for Pale Moon, grade 2 for Pale Moon, oh, we've got another double rare, triple rare, and a stand trigger for Gear Chronicle. And that is the new Narukami Stride. It's the Eradicator one, so it works with Gauntlet Buster. Really like this dude. Big fan of Gauntlet Buster in its day. So Stride, on Generation Break 2, you can activate this effect once per turn. You may counterblast 1, choose a face down card from your G zone and turn it face up. So it's any, so it's not Persona Flip. Until the end of this turn, this unit gets the following effect. On Vanguard, when your opponent's rear guard is put into the drop zone due to an effect from one of your cards, this unit gains plus 5k and a crit. It's really good. It's basically another Gauntlet Buster, and also if you have a heart with Gauntlet Buster in its card name, your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and retires it. I'm not sure. Drop zone due to an effect from one of your cards. I'm not sure if you can stack that. I believe you might be able to do it once because it says once per turn, I'm assuming, but that means you'd stack the extra power, I'm assuming, on top, which makes it really powerful with a high crit. I really like it. It's a shame Eradicators are a bit of an outdated deck. It goes really well with the new double rare guy, I think, with the rear guard as well, which retires soon when you play it. Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting deck, but I don't think it's going to be seen much. Next pack, we have Narukami Grade 1, Gear Chronicle Grade 1, a Narukami Grade 2, an OTT Draw Trigger, and another Narukami Grade 3. This is actually not an Eradicator. Detonic Stinger Dragon. When you stride on top of it with a Limp Break 4, choose it to one of your vanguards and it gains plus 10k, and this went any, so it's a Break Ride skill. That's interesting. You may Counterblast 1 when this unit attacks a vanguard. If there are no rear guards in your opponent's front row, you may pay the cost if you do. Until the end of the battle, your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from hand to guard zone. And if there are no rear guards in your opponent's back row, this unit gains plus 1 crit. That's when you Break Ride on top of it. So basically it gives the card you ride on top of it plus 10k power, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards. So you can't perfect guard it. And if they have nothing in their back row either, so if they have an empty board, it gains plus 1 crit. Really nice. And then you can Soul Blast 1 when you play it on, place it on unit. In pay cost if you do, all fighters choose one of their rear guards and retires it. So when you call it, you sack a guy, they sack a guy. That's quite an interesting rare. Didn't know they got that, which is pretty cool. Bringing back the good old Break Rides. Next we have an OTT Grade 2, Pale Moon Grade 1, Link Joker Grade 2, Pale Moon Crit Trigger, and another rare, which is Narukami again. All the love for Narukami. Chainbolt Dragoon, GB1, when your opponent's rear guard is put into the drop zone due to an effect from one of your cards. This is a once per turn skill. If you have a vanguard with grade 3 or greater with Vanquisher in its card name, so it's a Vanquisher dude, your opponent chooses a card from his or her drop zone and binds it face up. If a card was bound, choose to one of your other units and this unit gets plus 2k. This thing's busted. So basically you go Vanquisher, if you have a Vanquisher rear guard and you kill something, I believe that's what it is. Yep. You may bind a unit from the bin, so dope players like myself will be crying, and they bind that card from the drop zone and you give something plus 2k. Really nice with what Vanquisher does, and it's good to see them getting support. Another Narukami deck that might be seeing a bit of play now, especially with the new Stride and stuff. Pale Moon Grade 2, OTT Grade 0, OTT Grade 3, a new Crit Trigger for Narukami again, and a Grade 1 rare for Gear Chronicles. So basically it has Time Leap, rear guard GB1. When you drive check a grade 3, you may time leap this. Also has resist, so it's basically the same as the grade 2 rare. Seems like they're going quite all out with the resist time leap build. I'm not a big fan of it. I prefer to rewind my opponent's stuff rather than call more dudes out by returning a better field, because you don't want to use your resist guys, so I don't see why they're that good. Next we have a Gear Chronicle Grade 2, Pale Moon Grade 2, Pale Moon Grade 1, or Pale Moon Stand Trigger, and we have Arrest the Messiah, which is the Grade 2 Link Joker double rare. What he does is a Generation Break 1, when it's placed on rear guard if you have a Grade 3 or greater with Messiah in its card name, and to the end of turn this unit gets plus 2k, and lock this unit at the end of the battle that this unit attacked a vanguard. You may pay the cost if you do, choose up to one rear guard and a fighter's back row and lock it. Again, helping to lock your opponent's stuff as well, with what Messiah does, and helps you get the setup you need to be able to do all your major effects. It's pretty good. Seems like we're getting quite a bit of Messiah support in this box, which is pretty nice. Chris will be happy anyway. So we've got Narukami Grade 1 next, Narukami Grade 2, Link Joker Grade 1, oh, looks like something shiny, and OTT Grade 0, and we have a Chaos Universe, which is one of the new main strides. Again, Link Joker. Base this works, your Chaos Breaker Dragon, once per turn, Counterblast 1, choose a face-up card name, face-down card named Death Star Vader Chaos Universe from your G-Zone, so it's Persona Flip. If you have a heart with Chaos in its card name, choose it to one of your opponent's open rear guards. Your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand and puts it on that rear guard face down as a locked unit. If your G-Zone has 2 or more face-up cards, choose up to one of your opponent's rear guards and lock it. So you basically get a double lock, helps you set up for your Chaos Breaker plays. You get to Soul Blast and draw loads. Yeah, he's really nice, and he brings back Chaos Breaker into the meta, a bit like what some of this set does with some of the old cards, along with Gauntlet Buster, etc. Next we have a Link Joker Grade 1, a Pale Moon Grade 1, Gear Chronicle Grade 0, Gear Chronicle Crit Trigger, which is quite a cool artwork, and we have the new Quintet Wall for Pale Moon. It's Quintet Wall, nothing much else to be said, it's terrible. Next we have a Pale Moon Grade 3, sorry. They've brought back Grade 3s, which is a bit weird. Gear Chronicle Grade 1, Narukami Grade 3, Gear Chronicle Stand Trigger with the effects, And then we have the Narukami grade 2 rare, Thunderstrike 2 GB1. This ability is activated when your opponent's bind zone has 2 or more cards in. That's pretty cool. When this unit is placed on rearguard until the end of turn, this unit gets plus 2k for each of your opponent's bind, for each card in your opponent's bind zone, and all your opponent's units cannot intercept. It's a bit of a power heavy card, seems to be what Vanquisher and Narukami seem to be doing at the moment. It's not bad, it's not like anything special though. Next we have an OTT grade 1, Link Joker starter, Pale Moon starter, another Narukami special trigger, and then we've got an OTT, I believe this is the Tsukiyomi thing, something that Josh would like. Counterblast 1, when this unit is placed on rearguard, you may pay the cost you do, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, search up to 1 card with Tsukiyomi its card name among them, reveal it to your opponent and put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck. So there's only really a Counterblast 1 card to get an extra card to your hand. It helps you pull off the right chain effect for consistency, which is something that Tsukiyomi needs. Also helps you speed up your stack, as there's an extra 4 cards minimum on the bottom of your deck to help you get to your stack quicker. She's really good with Tsukiyomi, and it brings the deck again back into sort of the fold. Next we have Pale Moon grade 1, Narukami grade 1, Narukami grade 2, Pale Moon crit trigger, and a Pale Moon grade 3 rare. This is a Vanguard GB1 Soul 1. At the beginning of your main phase, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 card from your soul and call it to a rearguard, and at the end of that turn, put that unit called with this effect into your soul. So basically call a guy, call it back in, pretty much standard for Pale Moon. Then you Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. When this unit is placed on Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to 1 grade 2 or less card from your soul and call it to a rearguard. That's actually pretty nice. So you get, basically, it gives you 2 cards, but you Soul Blast, which might hurt them a little bit, so I don't think you see it in the meta at all, but it's not a little bad effect. So this is the halfway point, guys. So I think we've seen 2 triple rares and 3 double rares, so we're about halfway through the box. Gear Chronicle grade 3, OTT grade 2, Link Joker grade 1, another Link Joker special crit, and we have another Messiah card. This time it's the crit trigger. This is another effect crit trigger for them, and you can put it into your soul when your Vanguard attacks. If you have a grade 3 Messiah's card name, draw a card and choose one of your Vanguards and it gets plus 5k, so you have a standard double rare crit. So this is the halfway point, and next we have, back open, a grade 0, so the Narukami starter, or one of, Pale Moon grade 2, Gear Chronicles starter, Pale Moon stand trigger, and a new Gear Chronicle grade 3. Basically what this does is, on Vanguard Generation Break 1, when your opponent's unit is placed on rearguard from the bind zone, or when this unit is placed on rearguard from bind zone, no, when your unit is placed on rearguard from the bind zone, you can countercharge 1, that's pretty cool. And then you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. When it's placed on Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose it to one of your rearguards, and until the end of that turn, it gains Time Leap. Rearguard at the end of that battle, and the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. Time Leap this unit. Helps a bit with the Time Leap build. I suppose if you want to go that way, it might be a good backup choice for maybe. Can't think of the name now. The main Gear Chronicle dude. Come to me in a minute. Chrono Jet. I don't really know if Chrono Jet really works with the Time Leap build. It's a bit different, but I suppose it is your main guy for gears. So we've then got the Gear Chronicle grade 2, OTT grade 2, Narukami grade 2, OTT draw trigger, and the new Narukami rare. This is a 12k grade 3 Vanguard that on rearguard becomes a 9k. Interesting that they're bringing out 12k Vanguards, but it doesn't really do anything, so I'm not too sure you'll see this played at all. But nice on defense without the cross rideability, I suppose. Next we have an OTT starter, Pale Moon grade 3, an OTT grade 3, a Gear Chronicle crit trigger, and a Link Joker grade 2. What this does is you can Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1. When this unit is unlocked, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose up to one of your opponent's lock cards, and that card cannot be unlocked during this hand next turn. Basically, this works quite well with your Chaos Breaker Dragons, because it does the exact same thing Chaos Breaker Dragon does, but as a grade 2, and you have to pay a Counterblast 1. It's not bad, might see a bit of play. I don't know Link Joker too well, so I'm not sure what your grade 2s and stuff lineup is, but it might be playable. Gear Chronicle grade 3, got a Link Joker grade 3, there's a lot of grade 3s in this set by the looks of it. There's a Gear Chronicle grade 1, the new effect crit for OTT, which we'll read out. Put this unit into your deck. If you have a Vanguard with Battle Sister in its card name, so it's the Battle Sister one, choose up to one of your other units until the end of this turn against plus 3k and Vanguard Rearguard effects. You can Oracle, so if you have 5 or more cards in this hand, in your hand, this unit gains Vanguard, counter charge 2 and shuffle your deck. Interesting. Pretty good for Battle Sisters. They're not really in the meta. Don't think they will be. And next we have another double rare, which is the grade 2 for OTT. So I believe we've now got one. No, we've only got one triple rare left, and a lot of rares to go through. Generation Break 1, Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. When it's placed on a rearguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Susanoo in its name, so again, more support for Susanoo. Pay cost, if you do, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, search for up to 1 card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order, and this unit gains plus 2k. Basically search out and gain a bit of power. It's not too bad. Support for Susanoo. Might see a bit of play in Susanoo specific builds, but I'm not too sure if there are going to be many. I mean, it's mainly a back at grade 3 for your Kokos or your Tsukiomis. Next we have a Narukami starter, the new Kreia Mental Perfect Guard if you're on grade 2, and an OTT grade 1, stand trigger for Gear Chronicles, and the new Kreia Mental Rare, which is scary if you're playing Kagero, but not as bad as if you're playing another deck. So basically, the on rearguard continuous effect, the cost of all units with Legion abilities become choose 4 grade 2 or greater cards from your drop zone and put them into the top of your deck in any order. This card, and put them on the top of your deck in any order. Wow, it doesn't shuffle. And it's for all clans and nations. So basically what this does is say, if you want to go Legion, you can't put your Perfect Guards back, you can't put the triggers back, you have to put grade 2s and 3s back, and you're only putting them on the top of your deck, so you're going to see them on your attack. So if I went for the example the X Legion, I'd have to put 4 grade 2s or more back. I'd probably put Burnouts back if possible. And then when I go to attack, they know I'm not going to see a trigger because they know what's on the top of my deck, and I cry. My way of getting around this is playing Burnout, killing it, then going Legion, but most clans don't have that option, so it's going to be very scary for anyone still playing Legion. Although they've gone away from Legion, so I can't see too many people playing it, and well, you might see a few of the Kreia Mental guy lying around, because there are still a few Legion builds out there. And on the off chance Kikera don't have a Legion, or a retire dude, then it screws them over a bit as well. So next we got Pale Moon grade 2, an OTT grade 1, Pale Moon grade 1, crit trigger for Link Joker again, got quite a few of those, and a grade 3 Narukami rare, which is basically, to summarise, once per turn you Thunderstrike 2 with Generation Break 1, and it gains, until the end of turn, you Soul Blast 1 and plus 2k, nothing special. Oh, and it also gains on Vanguard or Rearguard. When this unit would choose a unit to attack, choose up to each of your opponent's Vanguards and Rearguards, and this unit battles all of the chosen units in one attack. Basically gives a million skill. It's pretty cool. I can't see it being used too much. Yeah, it's not too bad. Although you probably wouldn't use it in most Narukami builds. So we've got a Gear Chronicle grade 3, a Gear Chronicle grade 1, Link Joker grade 2, OTT crit trigger for Battle Sisters, and the new rare grade 1 for Pale Moon. You can choose a grade 3 from your hand, reveal it. When this unit is placed on rearguard from your hand, you pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 card with Harry in its card name, reveal your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. Choose 1 card from your hand and discard it. So, this is your Stride fodder, which searches for the Harry, which is your generation, your Stride break guy. Yeah, you use them because it's Stride fodder. So next we have Link Joker grade 2, Pale Moon grade 1, I believe we have some shiny coming up. Link Joker grade 3, Narukami effect crit. Oh, we have another double rare, which is the new Gear Chronicle double rare. I think we still have a triple rare to go as well, guys. So when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you may have this unit gain plus 4k until the end of the battle. If you do at the end of the battle, return this unit to your deck, search your deck for up to 1 grade 0 and call it as rest on rearguard and shuffle your deck. So basically becomes 11k booster. You can search out a grade 0 that might be useful, maybe the double rare crit to get the effect off, possibly a starter if it's gone back and you've time leaped it. I don't really like it. Not going to be using that either. I'm not really using any of the Gear Chronicle support bar the new Stride personally. Next we have Pale Moon grade 2, an OTT grade 0, Narukami grade 2, Gear Chronicle grade 0, and an OTT rare grade 2. It's Generation Break 1 on rearguard Oracle, so if you have 5 on one hand, during your turn this unit gets plus 2k, and when its attack hits you may counter charge 1, soul charge 1. Really good from flipping damage, getting a bit of soul, especially if you're running a Tsukiyomi build. It's probably the new Tsukiyomi dog thing you'd use with Tsukiyomi, so it's pretty cool. It's good to see that Tsukiyomi's getting a bit of support to make her a bit more playable. As much as the deck did not like me when I built it, it is a pretty cool deck. And it's also been around for a very long time. OTT grade 2, Narukami grade 1, a Link Joker grade 0 starter, and a crit for Pale Moon again. And then we have the new Star Vader Chaos Bringer Dragon grade 3. It's a rare. Basically, it's limit break 4 in the vanguard, counterblast 1 at the beginning of your opponent's main phase. If your opponent has 2 or more lock cards, and pay the cost if you do, search your deck for up to 1 card named Chaos Breaker Dragon and ride it as stand. Jesus. Shuffle your deck, and then you can counterblast 1 card with Star Vader in its name when this unit is placed on vanguard. Pay the cost if you do, choose the 1 vanguard and lock it on the back row. Basically, he superior calls your Chaos Breaker Dragon if your opponent has 2 or more lock cards drawn his turn, and then that means at the end of their turn you can relock them and draw cards. Really good for calling out Chaos Breaker Dragon, and it's limit break, which is interesting because they're bringing back the limit break a little bit, which is something we haven't seen for a little while. So next we've got the Pale Moon grade 1, Narukami grade 2, Pale Moon grade 1, an OTT draw trigger, and we have the new Stride for Gear Chronicle, which is what I would be running one of in my deck. So you stride, you counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards and put it on the bottom of your deck. When it attacks a vanguard, you may pay the cost if you do. Choose it to one of your opponent's rear guards and your opponent puts it on the bottom of his or her deck. And until the end of battle, your opponent cannot call cards with the same grade as this card and put it on the bottom of his or her deck in the effect. So basically, if I return a grade 1, your opponent can't, if I return something and return their grade 1, they can't perfect guard. If I return a grade 0, they can't drop grade 0s. It's really useful. It's almost like a Ragnar clock. You can't perfect guard. And you also get a free return. Well, not a free return, but you don't mind losing a guy, so they have to discard more. Something that's really nice as well, works with Ragnar clock next stage, and then I run the promo grade 1 still as a starter for your striding. Next we have Narukami grade 1, Gear Chronicle grade 1, Gear Chronicle grade 2, a Pale Moon stand trigger, oh no, and we pulled the terrible Gear Chronicle grade 3, grade 2 triple rare. Basically, this guy is Generation Break 1. When it's placed on rear guard, choose up to one of your rear guards and time leap it, and that's all it does for a triple rare. Good if you're playing the time leap ability, terrible because it's a triple rare and it's just ruined the box. Okay, so we'll keep going. There might be an SP if we get lucky. I hope we do. Or, no, we don't get a G rare anymore. So we've got Pale Moon, grade 1, Link Joker, grade 1, OTT grade 3, stand trigger for Pale Moon, and an OTT grade 1. I believe we've only got 2 packs left, guys, so the likelihood is that it might be it for the shiny stuff. When this unit attacks, if you have a Battle Sister, it becomes 10k. So it's your 7 to 10k Battle Sister grade 1. Something that every clan almost has, I suppose, and I suppose they're releasing it for sub-clans still. I don't know if Battle Sister's got one or not, they probably didn't, so it gives them it. Link Joker grade 1, Gear Chronicle grade 2, Pale Moon grade 0, Narukami crit trigger, and we have the new really cool looking Narukami dude, which is a grade 2 rare, Soul Blast, when it attacks gains 1k until the end of turn. You won't use him, but his artwork looks amazing, so yeah. Last pack, let's hope for an SP, guys. I'll end the box on a high. So basically we have the Pale Moon grade 2, Narukami grade 0, Gear Chronicle grade 0 starter, and the crit for Gear Chronicles, and then we have the Pale Moon grade 1, which ends the box, and this does GB1, when it's placed on rear guard, you can soul charge 1, choose it to 1 card from soul, call it to a rear guard at the same column as this unit, so you choose a grade 1, and at the end of the turn put the unit called with this effect into the soul. So you use it to call your purple trapezes to get around the putting back into soul effect, or your midnight bunnies or something like that. It's not too bad with Pale Moon. Yeah, they become quite good this set, and they get more support. I'm kind of interested in building them, not desperate. yeah, that ends the box, guys. Expect a new one from the February 19th when we get the technical booster and those noobers come out, which I'm very excited for. I think Josh might be doing a couple of deck builds soon. You certainly see Chris maybe doing a couple. Just sort of look out for what we're going to be doing, and I will see you guys later.